Oh, I am live. Okay, so I am live, and I swear, technology cracks me up. I had this epiphany this morning to do this live Magic Mindset Mondays. I've already changed the order 3 times, so whatever it looks like for you. And I have all of these platforms, and so I have this streaming service called StreamYard. And I thought, well, just go pop it in there. It's going to go on Instagram and Facebook and the groups and YouTube and blah blah blah. So I am going to do this on Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Time because I am so firmly wanting to communicate to women particularly, but the world, is that every single thing that happens in your life starts with this mindset. And there's so much information out there about mindset that I wanted to take a minute and just identify what the hell that even means. So we're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes if you know somebody that you think needs a mindset shift. And I will tell you that because it's technology, I didn't realize that I had a banner on there that, oh my God, and my cat's gonna make noise all morning. Then it's got a banner on there about my fast cash. So listen, I am telling you, technology is something that I just roll with it. And for the most part, I have no earthly idea what I'm doing. And I don't know um how to look at comments or anything else at this point. So at this juncture, we're just going to go, and I think that's on Instagram. I can't really tell. Oh, it is on Instagram. Apparently, looks like it. Um, go live. Oh, okay, there we go. Go live. Okay. So until I can figure out how to do comments for now, we are just going to roll with this. And so it is right at the hour at 9 o'clock. So welcome. I have, as I said, I have multiple platforms and I've got a very large group, a community group in Wichita Falls. I've got a YouTube channel about Wichita Falls. I've got a YouTube channel about being the queen of magic. And what I've recently discovered, and I think that this is important for everybody as well, and you need to know, you need to have your birth certificate in order to do this. There is a process called human design where you can pop in your birth date, your time of birth, and your location of birth, and it's going to give you a personality type that you have. And I've done personality profiles for years when I teach leadership, and so everyone's heard of the Myers-Briggs, and there's just a ton of them. This one to me is the most accurate because it takes into consideration not your perception of the world, what you think, and then answer these questions. It just takes how you came to be on the planet. And those basically, let's just say how the stars were aligned. And if you don't believe in astrology, that's fine too. But this is very, very, very clear. And one of the things that it spat out about me is that I just love to do 5 gazillion things at once. So that's not typically what is embraced when somebody's trying to help you, I don't know, grow a business or anything like that. But the fact of the matter is check out the human design. I'll put a link in some of these portals so you can go, you can get all kinds of free, it's free in a lot of places. They're going to want to upsell you and have you be on their mailing list and all of that. But the fact of the matter is I think it's a really great place to begin to identify how you're showing up in the world. Now, what I want to talk about on these Mondays is mindset. And what is so important is that mindset has it's kind of like exercise. Let's just say that I said, what comes up for you when I say exercise? And the responses are going to be multiple, right? You might say yoga, you might say strength training, you might say running, you might say dancing, all of those things. Mindset has got into this category that it's not really defined. So, what I want to do is clear up what mindset is and how you can have a mindset that allows you to show up in the world so that you get what you want. I have a very large group, as I shared, in Wichita Falls. And I've been accused many times because the rules of the group are that you have to be positive. And I've been accused negatively as a Pollyanna or unicorns and rainbows and a whole lot of other things that I think are hilarious. But at the end of the day, there's so much scientific research about having a positive mindset. Well, here's the problem is that we can say we want to have a positive mindset, and then guess what? You walk out into the world and something happens and you revert back to whatever your not positive mindset was. So I want to talk about just foundationally, how do we get our mindsets? Like we all have a mindset. We all have, it's called a belief system. And what happens is you operate in the world through your mindset. So I'm sure you've met these people, right? That don't have a positive mindset. Every single time you say something, they're going to come in with something negative, right? I say, there's people out there that wouldn't be happy if you hung them with a new rope, right? That's my Southern whatever phraseology. And the fact is that you can choose at every moment. But what happens is if you don't know how the programming works up here, then you really aren't choosing. It's being chosen for you. So I am, once again, technology is not my thing. Neither is art or drawing or any of that. So this is my little attempt to show you from a drawing. This little guy here, this is his brain, right? So I didn't even draw a good brain. But the fact of the matter is what you have up here is your mind, your brain, because it's a brain, not a mind up here. And all of these little X's are formulations of ideas and patterns that you've created over your lifetime. Now, what's important to note is just because you say, I'm going to change this thought, whatever that is, maybe you want to lose weight. I think it's one of the reasons that I um, was driven to do this morning was because I'm trying to give up coffee. I've given up coffee so many times. But here's the thing is that my mind says, give up coffee because there's a lot of different reasons that I believe are good for me not to drink it. But yet there is a chemical reaction that once you have a thought, what happens is it trickles down in a chemical, right? There's cortisol, there's hormones, there's proteins that are being made into your body here, right? And what most people don't realize is that this, once you have all these chemical reactions from your thoughts that go into that body, this thing called your body begins to search out the feeling that you've created with those thoughts. Now, here's the good news and really the bad news is that you started creating all of these thoughts and all of these hardwired synapses up here between the age of 1 and 7. 1 and 7. Now, from 7 on, you've been replaying them, right? So here I am, 70, almost 70 years old, and I can see patterns that I've had for my entire life that don't serve me because my mind has got a hardwired groove in there, basically. I mean, this is all, I use language that the neuroscientists don't particularly say, it's a creating brain chemistry and new neural pathways. I call it a groove in your brain. So your groove in your brain has now said, no matter what, this is what we do. And then it's supported because all of this went down here to make a physical chemical reaction in your body that your body then goes out into the world like a heat-seeking missile to say, hello, these are my thoughts, these are my beliefs, and I am going to create that experience every time I look outward to make sure that I support what I believe. So it's no wonder that if you say, I want to change my mindset, holy moly, that is almost virtually impossible if you don't realize how that got hardwired in there. And so what it ends up being is, and let's just use this as a little example. Here's a brain, right? It's not really a good brain, but you barely this bit up here, 95% of what you think on a daily basis is in your unconscious mind patterned thoughts. 5%, even if that's that, it's more like 1%, is your conscious thoughts. So think of it as a math problem. You're going to take 1% of anything and try to change 95% of something else. So even if we're in the world, we're trying to change people's minds, right? Look at our political landscape. There's a group of people out there and they're trying to change the minds of all these other people. Either side, it doesn't make any difference. And it's hilarious because you can't change something that's hardwired until this person that's decided that it's hardwired wants to make that change. So, mindset. Today is the first day of our Magic Monday mindset makeover. I'm going to do triple M or 3M or something. But I think it's really important that every Monday, at least, you do a reset. Begin to reset exactly where your thoughts are. And the very first thing that you have to do to reset is to be aware. So this week, all I want you to do is just be aware of your thoughts. Notice them because 95% of them are unconscious and they're on autopilot. It is a little challenging to even notice them because they are so fast, they are so quick, they are so hardwired that you don't even notice them half the time. You think that they're reality. And the fact of the matter is that the only reality is the one that you choose to see. This is not woo woo. This is not, you know, hokey pokey. This is all science based at this point. And I think it's very funny because I was in a group recently where we were talking about AI. I put in the chat where it was is that you can teach AI, Chat GPT, your voice, which I've done. I love chat because it's taught me to be kinder and gentler in my communications and writing because I'm just very business and very hard. Here it is. Here's the thing is that the response, and I hear this a lot, is, oh my gosh, I have to make sure that my prompts in chat say please and thank you because I don't know when the AI or the AI, I don't know who they are coming and they're taking over. So I want them to think that I was nice and polite. Here's what I want you to ponder this week is that you have your own AI right here. Your AI is telling you what to do every single day, because that 95% that's on autopilot, you programmed it, nobody else, but you can allow yourself to program it in a different way. Here is what I do recommend is that you don't try to change everything about you overnight because that will fail because this programming, this subconscious, unconscious has been there for your own safety to protect you for all of these years. So if you want to make a change, you don't come in and do, like you're scraping a house off of a lot. That's very frightening. It's frightening to you and your unconscious, and it's frightening to your beingness. So you want to do one thing at a time. What is one thing at a time? What is one thing you can begin to shift? I'm going to talk about as the weeks go by why it's challenging to say, like, I want to give up coffee. I want to lose weight. I want to stop smoking. I want to be kinder. I want to, do whatever. There's all kinds of things that we say we want in our lives. And yet, because of this unconscious programming that's in here, it's very challenging because you don't have any congruity with your inner beingness. So, that's a lot for today. What is it? 12 minutes. Okay. We got this done in 12 minutes. I'm not going to go beyond 30 because I think that fatigues people. But if you can get a bite-sized dose every Monday of a mind shift change, right? The mindset is the key to everything, to happiness, to joy, to love, to beauty, to money, to relationships, everything on the planet that you can ever imagine. If you don't start here, you are going to push it away because you think you want it, but you don't believe it. So, as I said, this week, let's just focus on noticing what thoughts that you have. What patterns show up for you on a regular basis? You can use this question. I can't blank, right? I can't blank, whatever that is. I can't be successful. I can't have a lot of money. I can't have relationships. I can't blank because blank. Because I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too set in my ways, I'm too old, I'm too young. Any of those things. Take that question today and let yourself know what it is that's allowing you to stay stuck. Because once we know where we're stuck, then we can start to move through it. But most of us have no clue. We think that this is happening to us. Life is happening through you, and it's up to you to make that mind shift. So I hope you have an amazing week. See you next Monday and be magical.